Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to the Wild at Heart Show, real, authentic, uncut. This is the show for men, by men, about men at USA Global TV and Radio, and I welcome you. My name is Roland. As you can hear from my accent, I'm not a Native American or British English speaker. I'm raised and born in Austria, and I'm the creator and the moderator of this show, which we started 3 months ago. And we have a lot of fun every Wednesday, same time, same procedure, same panelist, different topic. And if you want to follow us for the show, go on our website, bonfiretalks.com. So there you will see all the panelists I will introduce in a minute who join me today for the show, for our discussion. And you will see all their biographies. You also will see all the recordings if you missed one of the shows. So let's get started. Today's topic is, are the eating habits of men really so bad as somebody believe or not? So we will discuss a little bit about nutrition, not in a scientific, sophisticated way. It's more, we're talking about our own experience with different forms of food and diets we tried out in nutrition. So just to give you an example, that we are all normal next door guys. So, and today we actually 5 men on the show because 2 of us are off. Scott is on a film production, so Scott, all the best there, good luck. And Ezra is just moving his home. So Ezra, I cross my fingers that everything goes well. But we have 4 amazing guys here from different parts of the world. Myself, I'm right now in France, and I welcome first my dear friend from the Middle East, from Egypt. Welcome, Mounir, here on the show.
Hello, Roland. How are you, my friend? Very excited for this today's show.
Me too. Yes. Good to have you on the show, Mounir. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And the next one I want to welcome is my dear friend from Germany, Christian. Hi, Christian. How are you doing? You're muted, my dear friend.
So right now, whoa.
Yeah, we can hear you. Hello, Christian.
Hi, guys.
Good to have you on the show.
I hadn't eaten enough, so I forgot it.
Thank you. The next gentleman is also from the Middle East, from Egypt. Welcome, Hazem.
Hi, guys. How are you? Miss you a lot.
Hi, Hazem. Great to have you on the show. Hello, hello. And last but not least, my dear friend from Poland, who will also co-host another show for me beginning in September, the Earth Show. Welcome, MARCIN.
Hi, guys. Hi, Roland. Nice to see you again.
Hi, MARCIN. Great to have you back on the show. Okay, gentlemen, today we're talking about food. Not only about barbecue and beer, but about food in general. So maybe I start in the beginning because I have a little bit of nutrition background. I guess Mounir knows it. I was running a company 25 years in nutrition, actually in supplements and natural supplements. So I was very into nutrition. Meaning I just tried out different forms of nutrition to get my own experience. So I was a vegetarian for a little bit more than 4 years. Was cool, yes. I missed the meat, to be honest. I was a vegan, a straight vegan for 9 months, totally vegan. I tried it out. Was a nice experience too, didn't stay with it. I tried keto, I felt very good. I tried carnivore, just only animal stuff. I did frugivore. Frugivore means only raw fruits and vegetables. I did it for some. So I tried different stuff out, and was sometimes a lot of fun. Sometimes it was a burden. Sometimes it was really ascetic. Sometimes I feel good. Sometimes not. And today I just eat a normal diet. The only thing what I try to avoid, or not, I wouldn't say avoid, but minimize, is carbs, because I'm getting older. You know, I'm this year I'm celebrating the 29th anniversary of being 30. So I become 58 this year. So the older you get, the more protein actually you need to stay in your muscle. With your workouts, you need more protein. So I have a lot of protein and fat. But guys, how are you? How is your nutrition look like right now? What did you change in the past? Why did you change? How did you feel? What, and also, you know, some of you are really business guys. Most of you travel a lot to see clients. What I also want to discuss with you: how are you following your nutrition plan when you're on the road in a hotel, in an airplane, stuff like that? I don't know who wants to jump in first. Mounir, your mic is unmuted. I guess it's you.
Right. Okay. So for the travel, I used to travel a lot, and during the travel, the strange thing is that I was always getting thinner and losing weight while I am having the 3 meals and in a very strict timing. So breakfast and then having the lunch by 12 and so on. It was really, at that point of time, really a very nice diet, and I was losing weight. When I am back in the normal business days, I was always on Red Bull, so having energy drinks a lot, smoking. Don't eat anything but only once when I go home, and that was my reward system that I'm going to be eating after long days. Whether this is at 11 p.m., 12 p.m., I don't care. It's lunch, and a lot of meat, a lot of carbohydrates, and so on. And on the daily routine is always built on energy drink, coffee and tea and so on, and cigarettes, of course. Later on, I started to realize that I need to change something. So started to take care of myself, wanted to understand what I'm inhaling in my body, and I needed to do something in a different way. So initially, I started to have this diet where I have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I started to eat in a different way. Play sports, stopped energy drink, stopped smoking. It was a long journey, but I've lost almost 25 kilos at that point of time, and I was definitely much more healthier at that point. So that was the way with the travel, the way with the eating habits before and now.
When I understand you probably, Mounir, is that even you had only had once a day a meal in the evening, you gained a lot of weight,
fat,
and when you had a regular, it was not. Okay, so maybe it's because of the energy drinks or whatever it was.
Yes, of course, and imagine that my I think my body understood that I am starving all day. I don't have anything, and I need to keep it because it needed some energy. And then what happens is that I was storing and then eating a lot and then going to sleep. There is no exercises at all. That was bad.
Actually, and I know that there's many people have this misconception of the belief when they want to lose weight, they have to eat less. But the truth is they do eat more to satisfy the body, but they have to eat the right things so they're not starving. Absolutely. So, just one follow-up question, Mounir, because you mentioned smoking and stopped smoking. I smoked in the past and I stopped it years ago. Some people are really afraid of stop smoking because they think they will gain weight, and then they gain weight, and then they smoke again, and at the end they're fat smokers. How was your experience with stop smoking? Did you gain weight or?
No, in fact, it was. I started to lose weight before I stopped smoking, and I continued losing weight after that. It was one stop, so it was like cold turkey. way of doing it. One day I decided it's gone. I kept my cigarettes with me for 10 days, taking it with me in the car, in the office, and everything. I go to the regular smoking groups. If the friends were good, Mounir care to join for a smoke, I would say yes, and I go down and I don't smoke. And then after that, it's not. It's all psychological, thinking that you need to put something else between to subsidize the smoke. I was drinking water, and that was absolutely much more healthier.
Absolutely.
I have a question.
Thank you so much,
Mounir.
Hazem. Yeah, please.
Yes, I had.
Yeah, Mounir, this excellent lifestyle you've been through, drinking, having a beer in one hand, and your cigarettes in the other hand, and eating a lot, and energy drinks,
Yes.
overweight, you're happy, okay? Does this
Absolutely.
affect your sexual lifestyle? Sexual performance?
Oh, okay. It was the idea. It was absolutely being tired. It's not. I mean, it's not. So you needed to have the intimate time in the morning when you're much more fresh. But at nights, no, it was not really in a good way, because I was tired, exhausted, and of course that would definitely affect the performance, because you're how can I say, you're exhausted. Your body is exhausted. Every nervous system was absolutely being, injected with a lot of sugar, a lot of nicotine, a lot of caffeine, and all this kind of things is substance that the brain will not be working in a perfect way, and the body is always. I was always like feeling lazy. That's a totally different when I was eating in meals and having and stopped smoking and stopped the energy drinks, of course.
But isn't it amazing? Sorry, go ahead, Hazem.
Your mind is happy. You're physically tired, but your mind is happy. Does sex affected by physical or by mind? Choose one of them.
Okay, I think it's you wanted, it was not like, but I'm exhausted to do it. So this is the idea. Yes, you want it, but you're exhausted. You're feeling lazy. You would rather sit at the couch watching TV or something like this, and then in no time you go to sleep. After this heavy meal, your body is being shocked. Suddenly you go to sleep. That's
I can absolutely relate to that, Mounir, because I had this 2 years ago. This heavy meal in the late in the night after work. So it was a reward and just peace and quiet. Nobody is disturbing me, annoying me, and then instead of sleeping, my body was digesting and couldn't relax and recover. Absolutely. Yeah. And what we also said, I stopped drinking any soft drinks. I don't drink any soft drinks since many years. So not the sugar drinks. I love water. Of course, sometimes I have a small beer or a glass of wine or gin, but I'm a water drinker. And I feel much better, because I found out the more sugar I get in, even when I eat carbs, like, I don't know, a croissant in the morning, what sometimes I really enjoy, especially here in France with a coffee, or I have a nice pasta, I really get fatigued. I really get tired. I get nervous. I don't feel good, and I get in a negative emotion, and then I don't want to exercise. I don't want to work out. I hang around. And when I hang around, I feel even worse. Then I have to reward myself with chocolate to feel, as I said, so my mind is in a good shape. And then I feel guilty. And I sit on the sofa and I'm complaining about myself. And I'm a victim. And to rescue myself, I go for an ice cream. And this is this negative content loop that goes
absolutely.
down. And sometimes it's really to get out. And absolutely, sorry, yeah.
Then go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry, go ahead.
As I said, and really, if I don't break this pattern, I go down. My emotions go down, my body goes down, my physical, everything goes down. And when I break it, and I said, okay, stop it, I go for exercise. And for me, the incredible thing is when I work out, whatever it is, running or bicycling or to the gym or whatever, or here on the road, calisthenic, what I do is I don't have the craving for this junk food. I really, when I work out, I want a fruit, I want a salad, I want a nice piece of beef, but no crab. I don't know how you feel, guys.
Yes, and
How about you?
and of course, just to close with hazem, it's when you get this kind of substance to your brain, it's and when I stopped, the way stopped smoking and the energy drink is that I was drinking water instead, and I was reading about smoking effect negatively and positively, and how to stop smoking. What does this smoking do for you? And for the first time in my life, I related something: nicotine, cocaine, heroin, and so on. It started. It's substance that would go to the brain, start boosting dopamine again in your brain, and that's not the natural thing. And then the more you intake, the more you want more and more and more. So I was smoking 3 pack of cigarettes in order to be just in the right mood, and 3 energy drink in the morning, during the day. And if I'm delivering trainings or something, maybe Roland will tell you that I needed to have it like in the during the day of the training. I need to have those 3 in the morning and then 1 at the evening, so 4 energy drink in order to be able to continue. And then after that, you totally collapse. When you stop, you totally collapse, and that's not good for anyone.
Absolutely. MARCIN, how about you?
Yeah, I'm just listening to that, nodding, and congratulations to you, Mounir, for actually an excellent job that you did for your health. It's really impressive that you realized at the good timing, right, before you got any serious damage that was unreversible, right? So I'm not so proud of myself here about that, because recently I just went through some kind of burnout from my work. So my daily schedule was just the same as you described, Mounir. So I was able to work for hours without any food, and I usually was joking that I am a camel, because I can eat nothing or drink nothing, like for hours, not going to the toilet at all, just sitting in front of the laptop up to the late hours, and then I go to the bed, and in the bed I was eating some junk food to comfort myself and not sleeping enough. So that turned out really badly and nasty for me, because I destroyed my kidneys for a moment, to the stage where I started to hallucinate, and then I learned that something is really wrong with me. And the truth was, I was so intoxicated from this kidney failure that my brain started to work differently. And that was like 4 months ago, and I've learned a lesson, I think, because the problem was obviously broader than only the food, but I've learned that I'm not invincible anymore, that my health is vulnerable somehow, and that I cannot treat myself as a machine for long, right? That it has to stop, otherwise I will just be dead. And I cut sugar from my diet. And because I was drinking hectoliters of coffee with sugar and with milk, so now I switched to black coffee only, and I drink just a little bit of that, because it is not so rewarding for the brain without the sugar. And I started to eat more healthy, get more sleep, rest more. I changed my working habits as well in order to for my performance to be more sustainable. And I just learned I think I've learned the lesson in a hard way, how important it is to really respect our bodies. Because for me, when I thought about today's topic, the thing is about, if I respect my body, even though if I can have no respect for myself, right? I can think that I'm just a piece of something, like mentally, but yet I need to respect my body. And if I do, then it will help me to get more conscious decisions, to analyze problems better, to be in the better mood. So I've learned that actually I need to work together with my body in order to get myself straight again. So yeah, it is like a huge topic for me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marcin, for sharing this. I mean, guys, it's absolutely amazing when I listen to Mounir and to Marcin, what the body, what a miracle the body is to get rid of all this toxic stuff we give for our body, with this crap of food, this drugs, this nicotines, this sugar, this coffee, I don't know, maybe some medicine or pharmaceutical stuff. It's just amazing until the body collapses soon later. But it's a hell of work for the body to get rid of all these amazing things. That's what I figured out a few years ago. And I said, my goodness, what I'm doing to my body. I don't go, guys, what I didn't know until I got deep in nutrition was that we are eating to nourish our cells. So the food becomes part of our cells. And I was thinking about, do I really want that this crap or this shit or this becomes part of my body? I said, no, I stop it. No, I don't do it anymore. I have an additional question, before we go to Christian and Hazem. When you said you had to change this, it was quite traumatic, Marcin. Did you have any support from, I know you're married, from your wife, and how important is it for you when you change nutrition that you get support from your family, from your wife, or whoever with you? What about that?
Yeah, for sure. If I would not be here if it is not for my wife, I think, and she is and was very supportive. But before the things get nasty, I was more dismissive to all of her, nagging me that I do not eat, I do not drink water, I do not exercise, I'm working too much. I was thinking like, well, come on, I just need to earn this money, right? And when the thing happened, I think we were both afraid. And I really realized that if I would be not here anymore, that would be like a huge hurt for her. And that was the first part, that I realized that I cannot do this to her. If only I can do it for me, but I cannot do this for her. And the second part is that we went for a specialist together to figure out what kind of eating behavior do we have as a couple, as we eat together all the time. So when we step into the changes, we step in together. So it was easier for us to motivate each other, to keep track of the amount of water that we were drinking. Yet it was not very obvious for the rest of my family, as my father for a long time, because I don't know about your cultures, but in my family we share love with food. So sometimes you are not listened enough. They do not understand you, but they need to make sure that you will walk out with your belly full of food, right? So this is the way that we show love in our family. So it was very tough for my father that I was not accepting his gifts, his dishes that he prepared for me. And I didn't wanted to share some delicious things with him. So it was very, very hard. I think it was the hardest part, actually, because it was not helping at all when I tried to avoid some heavy fats or carbohydrates, or just do not eat pork, for example, because it's like one of the worst meat, and he loves pork. So it was very, very hard to negotiate and trying not to hurt him too much, and to explain why I really cannot eat it, because it's not good for me. So yeah, I received like a lot of support from my wife, a lot of understanding and love. And yet from my father, it was not very easy, but like he was brought out in different times, and as a young guy, he was starving a lot, but not having candies. He was literally starving almost to death. So for him to live without enough food, it's like living through the trauma again. So yeah.
I'm laughing because, last year I spent 2 months with my former girlfriend. I spent 2 months in Poland. She has Polish roots, so we visited a lot of family. And I really gained weight. So I was so good on keto and I was in shape, really trained. And I spent 2 months in Poland with all these potatoes, this beer, and this pork. And the point is, you cannot say no because the family was so disappointed. They didn't understand it. You
Yeah,
have to eat.
it's an offense if you cannot eat like 2 dishes and a dessert and additional something. Then it's like an offense to the household.
Absolutely, they take it personally. Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
eating. I always was polite and eating, and I was gaining weight anyway. Before I continue, I have another amazing story. Many years ago, I had a client, a business client, and he invited me to come to his huge house, and I thought we shortly meet for a short business because we was in a huge transformation process. I was helping with his company in a huge transformation process, and I was very close in a hotel at the time with my wife, and we were there for fasting. We did fasting there and cleansing, and so he called me and I said, "Yeah, I'm just close by. I can come over." And I thought we have a short half an hour business meeting. So we came there. I brought my ex-wife or my wife at the time with me, and you know what? He went to a special market in Vienna. So he went 200 kilometers, so 120, 130 miles. He went to another city, bought a lot of stuff for food, really the best food you can imagine. The table was full, it was absolutely full with stuff. And he invited us. And I said, sorry, I thought it's just a business meeting. No, I want to know to get, with your wife and blah, blah. And I said, I'm so sorry, man. We are both fasting. We are both fasting for 2 weeks. We are cleansing. We cannot eat anything. And he said, what can I offer you? And I said, we just take tea. And he was actually, the lady was working for him. He was putting away all the food. And he said, but Roland, would you mind if I go for a glass of wine? I said, no, have your glass of wine. We're just fine with tea. So sometimes when you do fasting, it's good to inform your friends and business partners. Otherwise, you get some misunderstandings. Anyway, it was a nice story. Christian, how about you? How about your eating habits? Did you change something in the past for any reason, or how about you?
Oh, well, I made a few changes due to my earlier years. I think I mentioned it in one of the episodes before. I did a lot of martial arts and we trained 7 to 8 times a week. So I really had to look after my nutrition. And our trainer, he was pretty after that we take good stuff like enough vitamins and stuff like that. But when I stopped doing this taekwondo thing, and I still have in mind what MARCIN said that really touched me. This that you have to respect your body, and this is in my world. This is not enough. In my world, this is the home of my being, the home of my soul. So I think the way is, and for me it is that way, to love this body. And if I do that, I listen closely to what it tells me, and then I know from like intuition what I want to eat, what it needs. So it's kind of how fine can I listen to that, what my body tells me. Me for myself, I'm 180 in meters, so my weight is around 72, 73 kilos. And this is for about the last 30 years, just like that. I don't do special diets. I don't do special, there's one thing I do, and this is, I'm really avoiding sugar. This is the one thing. I can never be a vegan because I don't like highly industrialized food. And I think it tastes kind of strange, the most of this vegan stuff you can buy in the stores. So I'm trying some things. Sometimes I try like no carb. Sometimes I try only drinking for 6 weeks with vegetable foods. My dad told me that once. And this is a special diet. You are detoxing. So this is what I do. And with this, I'm doing quite good. I think I'm fit. my body performs pretty good. It feels good. I've got enough energy, and well, from time to time I eat. I only like this very dark chocolate, so I eat one of the, I don't know, these real big things, this 100 gram or 200 gram things. So if my body wants it, okay, do it. And but most of the time, my body wants things that feel light after I ate them. So this is how I do it. I listen to my body, and I have a very good connection to my body. So I don't have to, I don't know, I have to do any diets or stuff like that. It don't feels like that.
Wow, Christian, wow, Christian. I mean, we didn't hear Hassan, by the way, but by now, but I guess you're the most disciplined guy of all of us. Having the same weight for 30 years, that's just amazing. I was just thinking about when you've been talking. I remember when I was young, still into my 30s, when I looked at my pictures of my first marriage, I was so slim. I always had, I'm 182, I always had 72, 74 kilos. For all, and I could eat like crazy. I remember I sometimes had 2 starters, 2 main dishes. I was in my mid-20s, and the waiter was looking at the table because I always had dogs, a big dog. I said, no, the dog didn't eat anything. It's just me. I could eat all the time without getting. And with my marriage, it started because the reason for that is I was trained and thrilled by my dad. You have to finish your plate. We don't waste any food because we haven't been a very rich family. So I had always eat. And I remember when we went to restaurants, I had 3 sons. They're all raised now, good guys. But when we went to restaurants, their mom and myself, I always finished what they didn't finish. And I was gaining weight, unfortunately. So, and I stopped it. And I remember that a friend of mine said, Roland, it's not healthy what you're doing. He said, but I cannot waste it. So I said, yeah. Then, or what I did afterwards, I didn't order a meal in the restaurant for myself. I just waited for the kids to finish, and then I had the rest of them. So not gaining weight at all. But it's really cool that that you can keep your weight. Christian, is it? Do you think it's part of your discipline, or is it the genes, or what's the reason for that?
No, that was what I tried to the point I tried to make clear. It has nothing to do with discipline, because discipline is something that comes with some strength and forward. And for me, it's love to my body. And if I do that, and if I listen to it closely, and if I stop seeing nutrition as something to, on the one hand, punish me, or on the other hand, well, the opposite, to do some good stuff to me. Thanks, yeah, reward me. But to see what it is, like keeping me alive and enjoy it, then our body tells us exactly what is good and what it means. And for me, in my way of seeing it, this has nothing to do with discipline. This is just love to self-love.
That's why I was asking again, because it's so important what you mentioned in your statement, Christian. Most people, doesn't men or women who want to lose weight, they think it's about discipline. They think it's about, I'm not allowed to do this, but I have to do this. You know, this force, this pressure they put on. And as you said, it's more about, I want to do something good to my body, to my temple. I want to exercise. For example, I've been challenged by Dr. Jacqueline, by the producer of this amazing show, and she challenged me last week to do a 15 minutes plank. I'm still on. It's a challenge, but when I say everything to me, I want to do this. It's not I have to. I want to do it. And it's the same as you said, Christian, with good nutrition. I want to give my body good nutrition. I want to nourish my body. It's not that I'm not allowed to do this. I just don't want it. I want the good stuff. And I feel it's very important, because when you force yourself, then that was with me. Then the craving is even worse. When I force myself not to eating sweets or not to eating this, then my craving is really, really, really bad. But when I say, no, I don't need it. I want this good stuff. I'm looking forward to a salad. I'm looking forward to this. I feel much better. Absolutely. That's so important. Thank you for the statement, Christian. Hazem, how about you? What triggers you? What do you love on food?
Actually, I love all kind of foods. I eat meat, chicken, everything, even seafood. I don't have any special food that I like a lot or I dislike a lot. I eat anything, and that's why what my parents told me since I was a kid: eat everything. It's God creation. You have to. Uh, Actually, also I'm 180 centimeters, so like Christian, I'm almost 82, 84 kilograms. But before marriage, 20 years ago, I was in the 70s, 75 kilos, and then I started to gain weight to reach 80 and 85. And I do some interventions when I reach 85 or something like this. I like to do the apple vinegar in the morning with a cup of like a teaspoon on a cup of hot water in the morning. This is very good to dissolves the fats on the belly. It's actually it's a German, Roland. It's a German diet. You take it for 1 month or two. It's very good. It also detox the body. Sometimes I do the general GM diet. It's very good. It's a 1 week. You lose like 5 kilos. No carbs, no meat in it or protein. I mean, it's very nice. That's it. We have sometimes you have a belly. We have to take care of this fats around the belly. I don't know, love handles. We have to get rid of this love handles, But life is ups and downs. Sometimes you gain weight, sometimes you lose weight. You have to train your mind that you're in a position that you have to take care of the fats and the carbs. Yeah, excess of fats and carbs. You have to take care of them, of course. I did once went to a doctor to make some tests. It's not a blood test. It's called the food tolerance test. If anybody heard about this, it's like a special kind of a test with a computer, and then he gives you, for example, he gives you a report. Don't eat fish. Coffee is your body consider it as a toxic thing. Of course. Lactose and all the milk and the yogurt and the cheese, the bread and all this stuff. So he picks some things in the report, and those things it's forbidden for you. And if you actually control your lifestyle, not to eat such kind of food, on the long term, yes, your body start gaining more health, and you're active, and you feel well. And the vitamins as well, they do some vitamin tests, the vitamin tolerance, for example, the D, vitamin D. You have to take a course in vitamin D or B or something like this. We should take care also of all the vitamins, because at the age of 25 now, you have to take care.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hazem. Thank you, Hazem, for that. Yeah, you said you're eating everything in moderation, and I think this is one good advice. And actually, as I said, my statement in the beginning was I was very into nutrition because it was my profession, and I did a lot of lectures. I did more than 10,000 presentations to 100,000 of people over the world, live or on stage or on Zoom or whatever. And so I tried many things, and what I found out for myself is there is not one diet for all. So I think everyone has to find out what fits for him and for her, what is good for me. And for example, what I found out, sometimes I love a little bit sweets, a piece of chocolate or ice cream. I enjoy it, but when it's too much, I don't feel good. It makes me tired. My emotions go wild. I wouldn't say depressed, but I don't feel good. I don't want to exercise. So I know sometimes I enjoy it a little bit, but I try to avoid it. And what you mentioned, Hazem, I also did this analytics. And I came I thought I should avoid like seafood, what I absolutely love. So I know what I shouldn't eat, but sometimes I eat it. And I guess it's very important. Sometimes I enjoy it without feeling guilty. It doesn't make sense when you enjoy something, you feel guilty. So I enjoy it. And on the other hand, then I have another day where I eat all the stuff that is healthy and good for me. And what helps me personally, very good, and whatever kind of diet I follow, whatever I try out, is what helps me to is fasting. I do always fasting every year. I do detoxing. But what I do on a daily basis is 16 to 8. So I always make a 16-hour break of eating. And so meaning that when I have just here on the road too, I have about today I had a late lunch. So I have a combination of lunch, dinner at around 6 p.m. And then I have a long break. I have kind of breakfast, sometimes a croissant, a coffee. Yeah, I love it. Today I had some cereals and fruits and oat milk around 11, 12. So like normally people have lunchtime. So I always have 16 hours break, and this helps me absolutely not to gain weight. But what I also found out, it's not about gaining weight. I know so many slim, well-trained people, and they have a heart attack, whatever. They look slim, they look good asleep, but it doesn't mean that they're healthy. And I know it because I've worked with thousands of doctors worldwide together, medical doctors. And even if you have a little bit overweight, you still can be more healthy than a very slim person. It doesn't matter. And I had years where I had 100 kilos. So what looks heavy, but most of it was muscles. Okay, so it was muscle. It was not fat. It was muscle. Yeah, so it's not about being slim or stuff like that. As we're coming slow to it, and what is your how to say? What do you believe to help you most change your diet? What can you give as advice to your audience for those who want to change their lifestyle? What is your secret, or what is your tip that you can give people who want to change something? And I just start here, like I see on the screen, Klein. I start with Mounir, as we started before. Mounir, what's your tip for business people like you, traveling all the time, different hotels? Yeah.
I would definitely start by saying this. As I said it to myself back again, it's think about what you're getting inside your body, and the joy. The more joy while you're getting it into the body, the less joy that you will have afterwards. So think about it. You might enjoy a fatty meal for 10 minutes, and then you suffer from it, the rest of the day and maybe the day after. But if you might not really enjoy a salad, it's not like this tasty thing and so on. But however, this 10 minutes of eating, and then after that, you would definitely enjoy the rest of the day feeling healthy and nourished and willing to continue. So that's what I've said to myself, and of course I would say it to everyone.
Thank you, Mounir. Thank you, Christian. How about you? What's your tip?
Well, I can only repeat myself what I said. Start loving yourself and start listening to your body, and you don't need to put yourself into a eating matrix or something like allowing you to eat to this time to this time. I have so many friends, they eat just intuitive, and oh my God, they look so great, they look so healthy, their bodies are nice and flexible and strong. So our body knows what it needs. A lot of people just forgot how to listen to it. So that would be my approach.
Thank you so much. Hazem, what's your advice to the audience?
Yes, my advice actually, it's very simple, is that don't use sugar in coffee or tea. Try to train yourself that the coffee will taste good and the tea will taste good without sugar. Full stop.
Thank you, Hazem. MARCIN, my friend.
Yeah, so I would say that I would love to have the same relationship with my body as you, Christian, described. are describing, for me, the first step would be to respect it first. So there cannot be a loving relationship without respect. So even if you do not like your body, if you do not like how you look in the mirror, if you do not like yourself, think about it as about the vehicle that you are traveling through the time, and you take care for your car, right? Once on the time. So it is nice just to respect it as your vehicle at least, and slowly it will start to give you back, and maybe, just maybe, from that this loving relationship can emerge, which I certainly hope for you all.
MARCIN. Yeah, my last statement is, as all the guys said before, love yourself, love your body, love your temple. And when you compare your body with an engine, when you want to be like a Ferrari, full of power, and to be ready for this world, then you should give him the best fuel you can ever add. It's octane 98, and then you don't put in diesel. So put the right fuel into your body that you need. And what I can say from my own experience, I remember when I was in my young ages, I had a lot of sugar in my coffee. I quit it over 30 years ago. And now I cannot imagine to have a coffee with sugar. Before 30 years ago, I couldn't imagine to have a coffee without sugar. It's just changing habits. Same with water. I was always drinking soft drinks or sparkling water. I changed it totally. Now I don't like soft drinks. I don't like sparkling water. I cannot even drink it. Sorry, I get goosebumps. I love just pure water. As I said before, sometimes a beer and wine and a gin tonic too. It's just changing habits. And when you want to change something, be patient with yourself. Don't try to do a 180 degrees change. Do the first thing, maybe less sugar, then avoid this, avoid that. Just do it slowly, slowly, slowly. Be patient and do it with love to your body. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you all for to be open and share your experience to our audience. And for your audience out there, wherever you are joining us, wherever station you're observing us, seeing us, or when you're on a radio station, please go on our website. You find more details about all these amazing panelists. You can contact them if you want. You also see all the recordings. If you missed the show, the recordings are all in order of the show and with the topics. If you're interested in, go on your website, bonfiretalks.com. There you will get more information. And if you want to see us live and my dear friends from all over the world, join us next Wednesday, same time, same station, Wild at Heart, the show for man, by man, about man at USA Global TV and Radio. Thank you so much and goodbye. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Guys.
Bye.